So I've been trying to do this video now for 3 weeks. Tried to sit at a desk. Tried to look pretty. That was kind of the hard part. Um, just didn't sound right. Didn't feel right. Didn't feel like me. Didn't feel authentic. So I figured I'm just gonna wing it. Uh, I wanted to do a video about focusing. I wanted to have a station about focusing and talking to people that have a high level of focus that have made it to high levels of their professions. Um, and that's kind of what this whole thing's going to be about. Today is more or less about what the how I feel about focus. Kind of where it came from, where I came from, a little bit about myself, and a little bit where the channel's headed. So a little bit about me is uh, I've got a few companies with my wife. We have a little drone business, which is really little. It's kind of more for fun. We also have a house flipping slash design business. She's an interior designer. We also have a an airline project management company that probably isn't doing too well right now, obviously. So that's kind of where we are. We have a few things on our plate, which is kind of one of the reasons why, I have challenges with focusing because I can jump all over the place in a hurry and not finish one thing. And that's kind of where the birth of the channel came from. So I wanted to start talking about it, talk to different people about it, and see what we can work out. I also want to give back. So my wife and I are both military brats. I grew up in a family of four. My dad was in the Air Force. Spent 6 years in England. So before I was 10, I had spent 6 years in England, a year in Myrtle Beach, some time in Northern California, South Carolina, and kind of finished up in Northern California. But being a part of the military is something that is a big part of our family. My wife, both her parents were in the Navy, so it's part of her background also. So folds of honor is something that I really kind of just enjoy their message. I love what they do, and it's something we want to give back to. So if this channel can at, at all provide some sort of income to give back to folds of honor and military families, that is one thing that we'd really like to do. So the word focus, try to figure out what it really meant to me and put an acronym to it. How can I make these letters mean something? So I went got to the first letter F, and that means for me it's follow through, follow up. A lot of people will take no as their first answer, and that's kind of it. Um, I heard this yesterday. No just means not right now. So following up on questions on deals that you may have coming up. Just because someone says no doesn't mean that right now it's not good timing. So make sure you're following up on your projects, following up on your leads. In our case, with our airline business, we follow up. I follow up with airlines. I try and talk to them quite a bit just to see kind of where they're at. Follow up with wholesalers to see where they are with certain deals. Next letter is O, and for me, O is organization, being organized. Each night before I go to bed, I write everything down that I plan on doing the next day. It kind of helps me get ready. As weird as that sounds, going to bed, last thing you should be doing is thinking about something, but it kind of puts my mind at ease knowing that I don't have to think about anything. It's already written down. So I write that stuff down, get up in the morning, read it again, make sure I didn't leave anything out. I'm at the gym by 4:30. I kind of have my little plan, and from 4:30 till about 6:30 in the morning is I guess we'll call it my own time. But I have my things that I do to get me ready for the day. Once everybody's out of bed, I go and make the bed. For some reason, there's something about making the bed that kind of eases the chaos, I guess, in our lives. And it's just one place in our house where everything's not messed up. So I try and stay organized, and those are kind of the ways that I do that. C, commitment. We have to make major commitments when we're going to go do something. Um, Committing to flipping a house is a 3 month commitment for us. We have an idea of what that's going to look like, and we know what we're not going to do, but we're committed to getting the job done. We're committed to providing a good product. One of my commitments and goals for this year, I would love to get my instrument rating. I love flying, and to get my instrument rating would be something that would be significant for me, I think. Um, but major commitment, right? Financially, you need to commit. Time, you need to commit, and you can't do that one slowly. It has to get done, or it's just going to cost you more and more money. Next letter is U. You have to be super uncomfortable. As much as people don't want to be uncomfortable, that is one of those things that has to happen. I am uncomfortable talking into this camera. I have been uncomfortable the last 3 weeks trying to get a legit video done. And it just wasn't happening for me. It just wasn't me sitting behind a desk. It just felt fake and phony. And just wasn't a good time. This, for some reason, feels a little bit better. Um, so that's kind of why I'm doing this, but still uncomfortable. First flip, uncomfortable. Writing a big check is uncomfortable, but taking those risks, putting yourself in a position where you can have success is something that uncomfortable being uncomfortable will help you do. And the last letter, S, you got to start. A lot of people will say they're going to do something. We're going to have an airplane go over us here in a second, so it may get a little loud. Um, a lot of people may say they're going to do something, but if they don't do it, if they don't ever start, obviously it's just talk. Um, yeah, there's risks out there, but you got to take them. You got to take action. Once you start taking action builds confidence. Um, Being confident will help you start a project. Taking action might be going to meetups, it might be networking, but it'll help you feel more comfortable around people that you just didn't know. I always have to look at airplanes. It's just who I am. But take action, get started, and once you start, stay committed, stay focused, and complete your project. Gosh, I lost my train of thought right now. Man, I talked for 8 minutes. I don't think I've ever talked that long in my life. We're going to have a couple episodes, actually 3 episodes a week. Monday, I'm just going to BS, right? Just talk about stuff, talk about where we're at, how I've gotten through the week, or, the past 7 days. And then on Wednesdays, we're going to have a guest. We're going to just talk to someone that's, maybe at a high level, somewhere we may want to be, and see what they do. Our first guest will be Wednesday, January 6th. It's going to be Donnie Murphy. Donnie is a good friend of mine. He played 5.5 years in the big leagues, and he's currently a manager for Single A Vancouver for the Toronto Blue Jays organization. And our second guest will be Anna McGlinty, who is a first and foremost single mom, and she's an entrepreneur and competitive bodybuilder. And then my buddy Devin, who is a entrepreneur as well as a real estate guru and a money guru. He's got some things to say, so I'm looking forward to that one. And our last one for the month of January will be 3 of my wife's best friends. They're all great women. They are entrepreneurs. They have their own little businesses going, and we put together a little group where we talk to each other each week and kind of push each other and hold each other accountable. So it's something that's been kind of fun, and I think it's been helpful. Um, so I'm kind of glad I'm glad you made it this far. I'm I'm new to this. It's something that being in front of the camera is not fun for me. But I'm trying. I hope to get better. I appreciate you hanging out for 10 minutes, taking the time out of your day. As I said, Donnie will be on Wednesday, and I wish you guys a happy New Year. I hope you had a great holiday season. It's time to get back to work. I'm looking forward to it. I hope y'all have a great week, and we'll talk to you Wednesday.